I'm Christian Lamichka for Country Music News International, and today we present you one of the famous songwriters here in town, Jane Bach. Jane, welcome to Country Music News International.
Well, thank you, Christian. Thank you for having me.
By the fact I say you're one of the most famous songwriters here in town, you get a little shock, or? No, folks, I'm not kidding. She writes together with the biggest names here in town, and she will tell us a little bit more about her influence and anything else she did in the past and current projects now.
Okay, great. Well, I moved here from New York, born and raised in New York City, and I've been writing songs here for almost 30 years. And I've had songs recorded by everyone from Tammy Wynette to Reba McEntire and Jody Messina and Colin Ray. And lately I've been doing a lot of TV work, and that's about my life, writing every day.
So I didn't say too much when I say one of the famous songwriters here, writing with all the big guys and publishing the songs to the big artists. So from the north to the south.
From the north to the south.
Is it a culture shock?
Total. It was at the time. At the time, it was a complete culture shock. Not so much anymore. Nashville has grown into a wonderful little big city. So not so much of a culture shock now, but it was at the time. Definitely.
Tell us a little bit more about your songwriting. So what inspired you by writing songs? And I believe you will know what it takes to have a #1 hit, aren't you?
Well, I've been fortunate to have #1 hits, but #1 hits aren't written. #1 hits are created, right? I mean, great songs are written, hopefully, and #1 songs are created by labels and promotion teams and radio, and I just try every time I write to write the best that I can. And I've always written ever since I was a child. So it's something I've just always done, and I moved here to do it professionally, and I've been very fortunate.
What's your personal song you wrote, and what's the story behind it?
My favorite,
yes.
Or of the songs I've had recorded? Yeah. Probably a song that Reba McEntire recorded. I had a big hit with her with this song called The Last One to Know, and it was a very personal song about an experience that I had with my first husband, and I think because it was so personal and it was very cathartic for me to write it, and the fact that Reba loved it and recorded it, and the fact that it went on to become a big hit for her was very rewarding.
For our readers at Country Music News International, who might have no idea how does it works with writing a song and pitching to a company, can you explain them a little bit more about this complicated work?
It is complicated because the songwriting itself is a side. The complication comes in when you're trying to get them recorded. This town, this business has a lot to do with relationships more than anything else. So you have to build relationships in the business, which opens doors for you to get to the people that you need to get to in order to pitch your songs. I have always worked with a song plugger, and that's the song plugger's job, is to get the songs recorded. And he goes and meets with the A&R people and the producers and the artists, as I do as well. But from the time you write a song until the time you get a song pitched, until the time it gets recorded and the time it gets released, if you're fortunate enough to get it released, it could be 2 years. So it's a complicated process.
How much ideas have the artists? How much work it goes to writing a song to the time it is pitched to them?
Well, now, if you write the song, if you're fortunate enough to write the song with the artist, then it's not as long of a process. If you're just, like I am, just a writer, although I do write with artists as well, but when I sit down to write, sometimes it's by inspiration, sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's very calculated and has to be. You just write them, and usually it takes me anywhere from 1 to 2 sittings to write a song, and then I have to demo the song. And you have to go into the studio, you have to hire the musicians, you have to hire the demo singer or sing it yourself, and you do the demo, and that could take a few weeks, and then you give it to your song plugger, and then your song plugger gets out there. And it depends upon, is there someone who's getting ready to go into record who would be an appropriate pitch for that song? So there's a lot involved.
My goodness. So, folks, if you like to write with her, might be together, or looking for some great songs when you're an artist for yourself, the best way to go in touch with her is... JaneBach.com. That's very simple. And if you like to find out if she have a next hit written for someone in country music, check out Country Music News International for the latest news in country music. Have a good one, stay safe, and see you next time.
Thank you.